Eye contact. On my move across the country, I had an amazing encounter, at a rest stop no less, and it all started with a little glance. As I was coming out of the bathroom, I saw a girl sitting in a van. She was in the driver's seat, the passenger seat was empty, and two children were in the back. When I walked by her vehicle, I glanced in her direction and saw her looking at me. I looked back and continued to hold eye contact. She held eye contact as well, and gave me a little smile. As I drove off, she looked at me again. Now I was thinking that was kind of interesting, and what a weird place for this to happen. A while down the road she passed me and I realized it was her mother that she was waiting for. At this point I was pissed at myself for letting this opportunity go. I decided I was going to redeem myself. Being that there were two women and two little children in the car, I knew it wouldn't be long until they made another stop. Sure enough, about 10 miles down the road they pulled off it. Get in her mind, get in her bed. 2. The next rest area, I followed. When I got out, I was again met with her adoring eyes. I asked her, "Are you following me?" She laughed and we started talking. Within a few minutes I found out that she was actually staying at a campground nearby. Under normal circumstances I would have continued driving for at least another 8 hours, but I wasn't going to pass this up. I was actually curious to see how far I could take things with her. I followed them to their campsite, ate hot dogs with her and her family, and we ended up spending most of the night together. As for my curiosity, I was rewarded. It took most of the tools in my pickup skill set, but like many girls before, she too ended up in my bed. It all started with a little look. The single most important aspect of being good with women, picking up girls, is eye contact. The concepts you will learn in this book all center around eye contact and the signals women give. Why is eye contact so important? It is how we know a woman is interested. Anything and everything you do in interacting with women is directly related to body language and eye contact. Eye contact with any woman will tell you everything you need to know. All body language is important, but eye contact and maybe a little smile will tell you what you really want to know. It tells you, "I'm interested in you and I'm available." In the game of pickup, that's all you really need to know. Now of course, you will use body language to do a variety of things: get her interested in you, create and continue to build sexual chemistry, skew an interaction in your favor to get what you want, all done with body language, but her eyes are what are telling. Introduction to body language, eye contact. 3. I'm interested and I'm available. If you want to be good with women, this is the foundation to build your game upon. Situation: you are terrible with women. You are standing around a bar table with a couple of friends when you noticed a hot-ass girl across the room. I mean gorgeous. She walks up to you and says, "There is something about you, I'm not sure what it is, but I'd really like to get to know you. I'm not dating anyone at the moment. Would you like to go someplace quiet and get to know each other?" You go off in the corner with your future girlfriend or potential bed buddy while your friends wonder how the hell you just pulled this girl. She appears to be way out of your league, but somehow, you, this guy who knows nothing about women, just pulled the best looking girl in the bar. That would be great if that is how it worked with women, wouldn't it? They come up to you and tell you exactly how they feel. Well, that is exactly how it works. She tells you those things with her eyes, with her legs, with her arms, and with her body movements. She is sending out signals with her body language. When you catch a glance from across the room and she holds eye contact, she is saying, "I'm attracted to you, I'm available, I want you to talk to me." You can reassure that signal by dropping a little smile on her. If she smiles back, she has just told you, "I am interested in you, come over here and talk to me so we can get to know each other." In face-to-face conversation, the words you say only account for 10% of the total message. 30. Get in her mind, get in her bed. 4% is vocal, describing your tone of voice and inflection. The rest of the message is nonverbal. 60% of what you say is done through nonverbal communication, Body language. As hard as you try to hide your feelings towards a person, your body language will betray you and tell the world how you really feel. Yes, it would be nice if that beautiful blonde across the room would approach you. In our society, that just doesn't happen. It's not socially acceptable for a woman to approach a man. Ultimately it is up to the guy to make the first move, but in reality a woman will have already given over a dozen signals before most guys make their first move. Women send out these signals to attract guys they are interested in, but are able to save face by avoiding public rejection. If a guy turns down her signal of advance, there was no harm done, she was not on public display. She does not have to take that walk of shame back to her seat after getting the cold shoulder. She leaves that up to the guy. If he is interested he will pick up on her signals and come talk to her, he takes all the risk and embarrassment. The problem is, most guys don't know what to look for. Most guys don't pick up on those signals of advance she is sending. Another problem can occur at this point. The fear of rejection sinks in. You read the signs but your lack of confidence is holding you back. You start to ask yourself, is she really interested? What if I go over there and she ignores me? What if I misread the signs? What if I can't think of anything to say? Yeah, what if? What if you grew a pair of balls, and instead of asking yourself all of those questions, you wasted no time worrying and Introduction to body language, eye contact. 5. Just approached her? Well then you might find yourself in her bed at the end of the night. The guy who is too afraid of rejection will never make the move to go talk to that girl. He will continue to struggle with women and never find the one that he wants. What if there was a way to be certain that this would not happen? By learning the signals that women give to men, we can increase our chances so much that rejection becomes a non-issue. The single most important aspect of being able to pick up signals is eye contact. It is how we know a woman is interested. Eye contact with any woman will tell you everything you need to know. Here are some things to look for. The extended gaze. Anytime you lock eyes with a woman it is a good thing, it shows you are interested. If she is interested in you she will lock eyes and hold her gaze for a second or two longer than what would be considered a normal glance. Once you catch her gaze, narrow your eyes, and I do mean narrow, not squinting or some other dumb-ass eye movement. Narrow your eyes and hold eye contact. Holding eye contact or a gaze is different than staring. You don't want to find yourself staring at a woman. If you wait too long to approach her, you can get trapped into staring at a woman the rest of the night. What happens is you continually try to reinforce the fact that she is interested in you and you make eye contact over and over again. After 3 or 4 times she begins to lose interest until she is no longer interested. Once you get that initial eye contact, approach her. The checkout. Get in her mind, get in her bed. 6. A woman will check out a guy just as much as a guy checks out a woman. The difference between the two is that the woman is more subtle in her approach and it can be very hard to pick up on. When you check out a girl, what happens? You see her face, then quickly avert your eyes to her chest. You look back to her eyes hoping she didn't just catch you checking out her tits, and then move your eyes over the rest of her body. Women do the same thing but in a more subtle way. They start at the face then move downwards checking out the rest of the package. If she smiles then you know she likes what she saw. Now when she is checking you out, there isn't a whole lot she can see. She is looking for a few things though. She is going to look at your hands and your feet. She wants to see that you are well groomed, and other than your clothes, the condition of your hands and fingernails is a good way to judge. She is also going to look at your choice of shoe for reasons way more in depth I care to discuss. Bottom line, when she looks you up and down and smiles, it's time to approach her even if the first words out of your mouth are, "Go fuck a fish." She may even think that's cute. Dilated pupils. When we see something we like, the pupils of our eyes dilate and grow larger. This holds true for both men and women. This is an uncontrollable physiological response and we have no control over this happening. You can tell if a woman is attracted to you by observing her pupils. Studies of photographs have shown that people with dilated pupils are rated more attractive. Magazines enhance the pupils of their models in their ads to increase their attractiveness. Ever wonder why a candlelit dinner with wine is considered the most RO? Introduction to body language, eye contact. 7. Mantic meal. The dim light dilates the pupils of both individuals, making each appear more attractive. When we drink alcohol, our eyes dilate, increasing the effect even more. Familiar with the term, bedroom eyes? This is the same effect. You are in a dimly lit atmosphere with a woman you desire. The pupils have dilated, thus creating the effect. One thing to think about when trying to gauge if your new friend is attracted to you, is that the lighting will affect the size of her pupils. If it is too dim, the pupils will dilate, and if it is bright, the pupils will restrict in size. Only use this trick in a regularly lit environment, not the bar. Blinking. Does she blink at you? Blinking draws attention to her eyes, where she can attract and hold your gaze. The flicker can be seen after you have been talking with the target for a while, building sexual chemistry. When you look into the target's eyes, you will see them flickering back and forth, looking from one eye to the other, as if she is trying to figure out if you are interested in her. When you see this, kiss her, she has just given you approval. As you are out looking for targets, survey the room with your eyes. When you find a girl you like, hold your gaze in her direction. When she looks at you, continue to keep eye contact for 4 to 5 seconds. If she is interested, she will respond. If not, forget her and move on to the next target. Once you get that look, do not hesitate, approach her and start up a conversation. If you are unsure of the signal, continue to catch her eye. Get in her mind, get in her bed. 8. About every 5 minutes, no need to stare. Every time she holds eye contact with you, she reaffirms her interest in you. After the second or third glance, make your move, otherwise she will start to lose interest waiting for you. All body language is important, but eye contact and a little smile will get you far. It tells you, I'm interested in you and I'm available. Of course, you will use body language to do a variety of other things, such as getting her interested in you, creating and building sexual chemistry, and skewing the interaction in your favor. If you want to be good with women, you need to know it all starts with your eyes.